Okay, no spec delay apparently. Either that or they're just far enough in for it not to matter that much. Yeah, but that's fine. Alright, let's give it another go here. This is Desert Void. As you can see, it's a deserty terrain that gives away the desert map, and there's a void, as they say, and void that implies that there's nothing aside for your starting location. Okay, there are a few patches of stone, there's stray straggler trees, but it's all about you can't play too passively here because then you'll be pushed into your base and you will lose everything you got, and you have nowhere to go except for maybe your teammates' places here. Laming could be huge here on this map because there are fixed positions, and if I'm sure the players are aware of that case, but they don't seem to be taking advantage of that fact. They're not moving out to lame yet. Anyway, you never know with Kong, but he seems to be more busy pushing in his deer here for the time being. Alright, let's break down the civilizations here. HJ with the Persian's Pocket. So he's gonna play cavalry here, most likely with the Persians. That's like their go-to. But they have access to siege rams and good siege weapons as well. And believe they have bombard cannons as well. Trash bows could come into play when in a pinch as well. But even the wood is limited on this map. So like 3 or 4 woodlands total, big ones if you collect the small ones together. So yeah. Could be an issue. Kong with the Cubans. He could go for a capped ram push in Castle Age, or he could go cavalry as well. But I'm thinking his plan might be straight archers with the cheap Cubans ranges. Maybe we go just totally bonkers here with the 3 or 4 Cubans ranges in Feudal Age and just play full Feudal Madness. But it's also an easy wall-off. You could easily pull off a fast castle play here. And Cubans have crossbows like any other civ. They are fully upgraded in the Castle Age. They just don't get Arbalest. Finally, Accumulator with the Chinese here. And if you look at the idle time that's on point here, you're always going to have some idle time with the Chinese, because you need to collect food from the very beginning, since you start with 0 food, but 3 extra starting villagers. So Accumulator is currently keeping up this up. He obviously has Loom. That's the first thing you get as Chinese to make sure the TC is working. And while keeping the idle time preferably as low as possible, you will be going into the next stage with more population, but still better timing, if you keep that idle time low. Alright, so as for the other team, we have the Sniper in the Berber's Pocket here. You know, this map really, in my opinion anyway, really favors 1 TC heavy aggression, and that's Berber's go-to with their 15% cheaper Castle Age Cavalry. Will be aiding the Malians and Tatars on either side here. Shulk going to play crossbows into cavalry archers maybe, and Malians for the mole. He could go a longsword push here actually. Could go a bit off meta and go for the Malians longswords, and that's surprisingly tough to handle sometimes. But I guess you could defend from behind the walls with scorpions and those kinds of siege weapons. We'll see. See wall off here. They're probably all gonna be doing that because it's so easy on this map. And yeah, Kong of course walling off as well. Why he is walling the backside first, that's beyond me, but that's his call. And he's even walling out as that poor goat over here. But hey, who am I to judge? Kong not going for the lame, that is surprising. Axel could still... Nah, there's nothing to lame here. But he's going to scout and see what's up here. I mean, the only early damage potential here, I think, on this map is a pre-milled rush and then into fast castle. I think Kong is, and most players here are comfortable just walling off from the very beginning and go straight for the castle age. So there won't be any significant early aggression. Let me see if I'm a little bit behind the live here, and I'll speed it up a little bit. Shouldn't be too much, I hope. So Malians, they do get Arbalesters as well, but they miss Bracer, which is huge in the Imperial Age. So Arbalests without Bracer That's just not something you want to go into an Imperial Age fight with. Oximinator taking a Scout fight here. He might win, might not, but here comes the Builder to change that anyway. So Oximinator Scout is officially going down with purple left with 6 hit points. Now moving out to scout the opponent's side. HJ to the Feudal Age with 20 pop. Is he gonna go to scouts here? Oh, that's awfully risky here. Just look at the wallings here. What are scouts going to do? They're going to provide you map control, but you're going to have to get incredibly lucky to break in. But I guess Kong is gonna go for some fast Feudal Age archers here. Maybe even the humans get Feudal Age rams as the only civilization in the game. Double ranges here. Not gonna cost Kong too much wood because after the recent patch, humans have ranges costing only 75 wood instead of 175. Shulk is on point though. He's going to delay maybe one of them, but Kong just pops out a spearman, so Shulk can engage. So feudal aggression for Norge here, while all of TBA presumably going fast castle here. Barracks for the Malians. We'll see if it's going to be the Malians archers here. Crossbows should be perfectly fine in the cast age, of course. And I still think that Shulk may have plans of cavalry archers here. See, I don't really believe in Feudal Age aggression on this map, but I guess Kong is going to drop the siege workshop as well if he can afford it here. He does have the wood for it, so that makes it awkward to wall. You could break through the walls with... Oh, look at this wood line for Shulk, though. It's so lucky with basically a full wall here in the form of a wood line. Kong here with the Feudal Age siege workshop, and he's going to have access to capped rams in the castle age as well, should it go that far, but... Norway in with the all-in Feudal Age aggression. It's 1-0 for TBA, by the way. I forgot to add that, but sadly we didn't get to see the first game properly. So, is indeed the Malians archer? Why would you pick all Malians for archers play? There are so many better flank civilizations out there to play the archers. Malians, I mean, they are very versatile, could do anything, but I don't know. I feel like a castle like Longsword's push could work just as well on this map. As HJ and Kong are about to break in here, Kong, he doesn't actually have fletching, but it's on the way in. Oximinator with the Chinese is going to the castle age, and he's dropping the barracks just now. I'm just going to assume that he's going to play the crossbows here as well. 80% faster ballistics. Is that Malians? Yeah, okay. Makes sense, actually. I guess Malians don't really have any long-term defined option. That's why they have the full open tech tree in the castle age, so they can switch in between. That said, Chinese could afford an early ballistics as well. It just won't be as fast because they don't have the faster research like the Malians. And with that said, Kong and HJ are in. They're playing full Feudal Age here on Desert Void with double ranges for the Cubans and capped rams for Kong. That's partially what the savings of wood on the ranges can do for you. These 200 wood saved on the ranges, that's essentially 1.5 or a little bit more than the wood cost of one battering ram. Getting some juicy villager kills here. Maybe it doesn't even have bloom. Look at this! Let's go back to the stats here with the Eco KD. That's 4 villagers for Kong, 4 villagers for HJ, 2 for Kong. And Feudal Age, I take it back. It works on Desert Void. Shulk is completely incapacitated here. No gold, no production. Shulk at 21 population total here, and he's not going to hold this off alone. This is basically AoE 4 at this point, by the way. In AoE 4 you can go ram and archers push in the Feudal Age, at least with Abbasid Dynasty, and there's very little the opponents can do to counter it. The sniper is here with the Berbers Knights. He has a very quick and easy production of cavalry, being the Berbers here. That said, when Kong finally gets to the cast stage, he will be, or HJ rather, he'll be able to pump out cavalry as well. And you can't deny the fact that this is great early, or great late feudal age damage. Alright, what's up on the top side here? Crossbow for the mole here. No ballistics yet. Maybe it did drop the... Yeah, it doesn't have the university, but so not instant ballistics, of course, but could still be an early one. Oximinator, he could drop a market foundation here and keep the aggression out, but he has 2 TCs up. He has his eco very well protected. A couple of houses or wall foundations here, and the aggression doesn't get far, and his gold is 3 TCs, sorry. He has TC on the gold as well. He's in full boom mode. And defensive siege workshop now to go up. Cast Age just about to kick in for HJ here. He has the food and gold to get some knights or camels out, depending. The sniper with 7 knights on the field though, but he's been going for numbers here because he needs to help delay or stop this push from Kong and HJ here. HJ not in anymore, but he has double sables now producing knights. So Kong is the mastermind behind this strategy apparently, and it certainly is working. As far as I can see, Shulk isn't getting gold access anywhere. He's 0 on gold. He can't make gold units like the archers. He's gone into some skirmishes here. Don't think Kong minds that all that much. I'm not sure why he's breaking palisade walls, but maybe it's to open the area for easier access for HJ's knights to enter. Meanwhile, the mole isn't really doing too much damage on this side, adding a semi-forward siege workshop here, but the crossbows, they can't do anything on their own when Oxen has 3 TCs like this. He's been using all of his stone, mind you, on these 2 TCs, so he can't make defensive towers or castles or anything, but there are some patches of stone for the later game here to collect at some point. Berber's Knights, they've dealt with Kong's archers, but that's also allowed HJ to almost match the numbers here. At least currently. 2 more TCs going up for the green player as well. And provided this last for Norge, for Norway, just look at their eco situation. Kong, granted, he isn't up yet, so we could deduct maybe 7-8 villagers of the grand total here, but that still leaves Norway with 15-20 villagers lead. Some such. Wheelbarrow is in for HA as well as the old player. Yeah, I'd say 20 villagers up. Yeah, Kong 2 TCs as well. Oh yeah, I was right. Cubans can do that as well. This is going to be one heck of a castle age once Kong gets in there with the Cubans boom. He has at 48 villagers. Yeah, massive villager lead for Norway. And Red still out of the picture here. Can't really make those precious Tatars cav archers. Maybe that's part of the reason why Tatars were the main subject of aggression here as well. Kong could mass camels, yeah, you're correct. There aren't really any cav archer masses to stop the camels, so the only answer would be the crossbows on the other side, and they obviously can't move all the way over to Kong's side to help. Not easily, at least. The mole doing his best here to snipe some army numbers off... no, villager numbers of Oximinator, but there's the defensive Mangonel, and nice split there. Will Oxel be able to repair in time? He has cover fire from the TC, and pulls off the repair villagers. Perfect. Good reaction, and there's the hit. Nice! +1 armor on the crossbows of the mole. Limits the damage output there of the Mangonel, but still that's 3 or 4 crossbows down. Kong still enjoying life in the feudal age here, but just look at his eco. Food and gold, he'll be going cast age quite soon, and he has wood left over for more archers or whatever he prefers to go for here. 14 villagers lost for Shulk, no less. Only 24 villagers at the 25-minute mark here. And obviously idle TC time, having been forced to fight and micro and not having the economy to produce nearly as much as he might want. Oh, one snipe there, one conversion for the sniper. The sniper sniping a knight with a monk. These are very weak, so I think HA should definitely take the fight here, and he does. That's going to even out the numbers a little bit here. 3 stables now for HA, 2 stables for the Berbers. Which, ironically enough, will allow the Persian's Pocket Hoya to catch up here. The TCs, 3 TCs, working very well for Akkal-AOE here. He is at 64 villagers, and he is going to fall victim to a strong 2 vs 1 situation here now, but that's where the mobility of the Persian knights comes into effect here. Kong also about to reach the cast stage. He'll have lots of crossbows, and I guess his farming eco will allow for cavalry additions as well if need be. Oh, this is perfect. Snipers, knights, they are out of position. I don't know where they are, but they're down here. Okay, so I think HA could have dived there, could have dove, could have diven. All 3 armies of TBA now on the left hand side. They really don't want to see Chinese going uncontested here. Granted, Akkal-AOE has the highest idle TC time, but it's also had 3 TCs all the time here, so, and he's been defending like a champ. He's going to lose his stable. I don't think that's a huge concern here. Persian knights chasing the cav archers, which I like as well, because the Persians have bonus attack against archers. Could be that Akkal-AOE will need to go into some small walls here to keep raids from entering, but I'd say Norge still in control here. They are very much matching in army, but look at the economy difference here. It's almost 70 villagers lead for Norge. Kong with the 3rd TC on the gold over here, and I don't think anyone is mining stone, are they? Akkal-AOE probably bought that stone from the market to go for TCs. Oh, siege push coming in though. 4 battering rams, lots of crossbows. Lots of knights here as well. I think they might be waiting for... Yeah, I'm not sure what they're waiting for here, why they aren't engaging. This is nasty though. Where are the... Why? Isn't Hoya's knights helping out on this side? This is obviously going to be nasty for the Chinese here. At the same time, Kong is getting capped ram on his side. And he has a huge massive crossbow still. Oh, please, don't fall victim to a Magellan shot here now. Of course, Kong won't do that. He dodges that. Nice and easy. But now the pressure is on the top side here. HJ having to take a fight here before Imperial H. He has 24 stables producing. He is diminishing the snipers' knights numbers massively here. But look at the snipers' production queue. 15, 18 knights in queue. That's just Berbers for you. It's still going to be an important fight for Norway to take care. They have the economy to replenish units. HJ is going Imperial H, so that should be beating the sniper big time. Cavaliers or heavy camels against the Berbers cavalry here seems to be very handy. And during all this pressure, Akkal-AOE he loses 1 TC and some farming income, yes, but he's still at 63 villagers and way ahead the red flank, for example. Ooh, HJ going for the pocket now. I love that. The attention is all over here now for the sniper and the mole. And no time to react here. Sniper, of course, reacting, pulling the villagers off gold, but that might long-term impair the production capabilities from the stables as well. He has to react at home. He has to pull the cavalry home. Giving a time window for HJ to mass up units yet again and get those Imperial upgrades in. Let's see here. Food and gold for Cavalier. Plate barding armor being prioritized. Makes sense. You want to withstand better engagements against the Cavalier archers and crossbows here. But now Kong is here making life awkward for the sniper. They were happy with the damage they've done on the Tatar's player earlier on. They shouldn't leave him completely alone here, maybe, but it's about doing damage other places now. Limit the Berbers' cavalry spam advantage. Keep them to some extent off gold. Wait. That's the sniper's gold. Where's his third gold? Did he deplete it or something? The main gold still has gold on it anyway. Topside, Hoye is in with plate parting armor. 30 seconds to Cavalier. This is beginning to look good for Team Norway here. Running into some pikemen here, but I think HA will just take the fight. It's Imperial Age upgrades against Castle Age upgrades. I think he should be okay-ish here. Cavalier is in, that's fantastic, and the Malians player left with barely any military at all. Oxyminator is going for the cavalry as well, in fact, here. And now they'll start pushing back the Malians' offenses here. I see more barracks going up, but keep in mind that Malians don't get halberdier, so there's a limit to how much the pikemen will accomplish here. Malians actually missing both. Where are Malians? Missing both the Imperial Age attack upgrade for melee units and the Imperial Age defense, I think, for infantry. No, not really. Okay, anyway, they're missing the last attack upgrade, and they don't have halberdier, so Malians will have to rely on their camels and Farimba camels. But looks like it's a longsword switch here. The mole wants to break down buildings, I presume. I don't see longswords working here. Maybe with pikes mixed in, but HJ's cavalier numbers, they are massively increasing here. Look at the eco progression here. The sniper, he wants to go Imperial Age, but he has to produce as well. He needs military on the field. He's making camels now to deal with the knights production of HJ specifically here. Oh, suiciding some numbers here, unfortunately. But now HJ is going to hit the sniper at home base here. I don't know what happened to Kong's crossbows. He's still here. He's hitting red again here now. Dodging the attacks there, which is nice. And unfortunately, even against Castle Age armies, Berbers still have quite the chunk of camels here. I think HJ might be overestimating the potential of Imperial Age Cavalier versus Castle Age Camels. Anyone on stone? I don't think so. Shulk, possibly. He has 9 on stone, but 9 stone total. So I don't see any stone patches being mined there. They might not have too many of them scouted either. Oh, that was almost a huge hit there. Let's just take a quick moment to see if it's in-game lag happening here. I'm hoping the in-game lag isn't that bad and it's just my system playing jokes on me, but I'll follow the fights to the best of my ability anyway. Look at the top side here, pikemen and longswordsmen. How does Oxyminator deal with this? You can't really only go ranges. Maybe he's forgotten he's up against Malians here. Both the pikemen and the longswords have +2 pierce armor compared to generic units. You need Scorpion defense here ASAP. You need more Scorpions out. The Siege Workshop is there. Scorpions are going to be more efficient here. Mangonel helps as well if you can get a lucky shot in here. But it's not at all ideal. Let me do one more thing here. This should help a little bit with the performance of Capture Age, hopefully. Relics for the sniper. That's a good pick off there. As looks like we have a big fight in the south. The sniper still spamming those units. Forced forever in Castle Age here, basically. No sling is allowed until the Imperial Age. But with Kong's crossbows in here, that's again going to be a good fight. And even though the Berber's cavalry is cheaper, the more gold you waste in these kinds of fights, the worse off you are long term. Norway, they're setting up a trade. So they will have gold access here. With Kong now in Imperial Age with the humans as well, and HA getting Paladin. I think Norway has got this one. Look at their eco advantage here. They have a decent score lead as well, if that applies. And looks like they've weathered the storm up north here as well. They're going to be fighting full Imperial Age with Oximinator reaching it as well, getting access to Arbalest with the Chinese. Ballistics obviously in. Kong never... No, wait, it's not actually. He was missing Ballistics. But it's also not been taking any massive crossbow and crossbow fights here. HJ cleans up again. Power of the Imperial Age armies here. Oximinator going up to Imp as well. While Red, the Tatars player, will never be able to get to that crucial mass. He's actually not providing military at all here, which is huge. It's 33 villagers. His Shulk is dead. Or he's not dead, but he's really, really crippled here. Halberdier is in for Kong as well, as Cubans get access to that. Paladin for the Persians before the sniper can even get to Imperial Age, and the Cavalier here, of course, is going for Castle Age numbers, but he seems to be struggling a little bit for gold. He's 9 on gold, but maybe he's spamming out Light Cav to make sure he has some unit mass on the field as well. Sorry about the slowing down here, I'm not entirely sure what's causing that, but it could be internet, could be local settings. The Vole has a decent army mass out again here, but also low on the gold side. Remember, Norway has started trade already, or they have a little bit of trade started, I think. Let's see if we can find the trade stats here. Yeah, two cards out for the Chinese, but anything helps. Once that trade kicks in for good for all of them, that's going to be amazing for the later game. And at this point, I'd consider buying some stone or getting some foundation snap to wall off the trade route to secure that. But TPA, they're going to be busy enough massing units here. Look at the cheeky TC forward here for HJ as well. Norway, they're about to take the reverse game here on the home map, and we might see a third game on migration here. Paladins here, Paladins there. Kong still with crossbows with the Cumans, and it's mainly making halberdiers now, but that's fine. The GG is called. Norway gets the second game on Desert Void and will be moving on to a decider game, a third game on Migration, which is TBA's home map. So anything can happen, of course. Let's just fast forward it out to see the ending of it here, if possible. Interesting tactic, going for fuel age aggression. Cumans and archers and rams and HA with scouts worked out very well against the Tatars. Must have caught them off guard big time here. Just browsing through the stats. 19,000 resources collected total of Shulk. And see the uptimes here. Nice scouts and straight archers timings. Massive builder count for the sniper. Good boom in the end and good army production. He did produce a heck of a lot. He had a positive KD as well. It's just not enough when one player is unable to produce units in the end. Look at Kong's APM here. It's always up in the 300s at some point. It's clicking so many keys.